shit, what's the YouTube link? I gotta find out myself, hold on. Where's myself? How do I go to my own stream? Shut up. Okay. All right. Hello, Nando Sky. Welcome, welcome. Let's get the music and the game. What the? Hey, Ori. I am real this time. Yo, Igor. Okay. Game inbounds. What the? Some new Discord overlay stuff I gotta disable. I'm just getting straight into it. Nothing on my mind at this particular moment, so I'm just gonna focus game until the mind starts going. If it happens. Can't promise. Raw dogging? It's true. I've been offline attempting this a lot and not getting particularly far yet. I feel actually one of my farthest runs, I believe, was one of like the first ones that I did after doing low percent, which kind of makes sense because at that point I was probably more attuned to like very low stats enemy combat and lasting in against difficult enemies. Now a lot of my playtime is spent in basement and caves and kind of just taking a dumb hit eventually and then losing motivation for the run and things just breaking down. I have had more runs recently make it to depths without getting hit, but usually in depths I concede something. Hey Theoris, thank you. And I am streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. Performance on my PC seems acceptable. Might be the slightest bit of extra input lag, but it's almost, if not literally non-perceptible. Which is great. That is the point of a PC like this. Just play better. I mean, it'll happen. Eventually. If I keep going. But hope everyone is doing okay. I'm doing okay. Gonna open the gold chest. Deltarune should be pretty soon. I'm very much looking forward to playing through it. I'm still unsure if I'm just gonna local record and then upload my like chapter 3 playthrough in one segment, or if I'll do the same thing instead, live stream it. But I mean, like, live streaming it at the same time, I almost don't even want to tempt someone to watch my stream instead of playing it themselves. Not that they would, like, who's gonna care? I'd be very surprised if there was someone out there who cared about my personal playthrough, but more than their own. But I don't know. I mentioned it for some reason. I'll look for this. Gonna be uncontactable. Yeah, there's no way. Nothing is getting in the way. No, I mean, like, if I had to step away for a second, I would, but goodness, do not test me. Like, if I have to use any social media platform, I mean, I don't see why I would have to, but spoilers would be near impossible to avoid. I'm so excited to just get a clearer picture of what Deltarune is meant to be, though. Just simply. It's borderline impossible to be, like, completely informed on the most of the popular community theories. The theory space used to be, like, small, or at least seemingly smaller and more digestible. Now it is too much. There's actually a lot of Deltarune theory channels now. Been playing In Stars in Time. I need to play that. I know I will. I could, like, record with people in VC or call having people with you that, you know, wouldn't play it. I wouldn't play it in VC. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Like, I would definitely just play it by myself and have the solo experience. Maybe I said something that, I don't know. You speedrun Undertale. Nice. You do have Shay emotes, so that does make sense. I haven't speedrun Undertale because of the mashing. Like, I seem to not naturally take to the mashing pattern. Like, I'm like hard capped at like 8 text boxes per second, even though I know I don't think it's my physical speed that's holding me back. It's somehow my precision of like of not overlapping inputs or something. And I'm like, but I haven't really talked to enough people. I don't know if that is actually the problem, because if the precision element of text box skipping is the real skill, then that I was not aware of that. I thought the physical speed was the problem, but I mean, I guess that does make sense. If I want to broadcast to people, I could do the VC strat. I think I'm missing the point of like what having the VC people in VC would be for. If I did it on stream, by the way, I would not be looking at chat. It would literally just be the fact that I'm like proving that I am playing it on launch, and this is my live reaction. And if anyone for some reason isn't playing the game but wants to see the story and is willing to watch me, then they can. I guess that would be that's like the only reason I would stream it on release. If I for some reason needed to play it later, then I would stream it with no problem. I still wouldn't look at chat. But I will play In Stars in Time. That's it's actually installed for me, Igor. I'm probably just going to record and upload the VOD, but I am definitely going to at least do that. No, let's hold on to this. Hello, who I will call dysfunction. Welcome. Insane name. You got the aura farming names. Oh, okay, that's weird. I'm like, it's a golden cursed penny. Interesting. I should want to fight this now. My chapter 3 playthrough will be so much more plot informed than my chapter 2. I didn't do any revisitation of the plot or story or anything before chapter 2 that I remember. Like, I forgot that Azrael hold on, let me focus actually. I forgot that Azrael was the sibling of Chris somehow. I mean, I remembered midway through the playthrough, or like within 10 minutes after making the mistake, but I somehow didn't know that. I was like confused. I'm like, brother, what? Who's my brother? Like, no. But now I've consumed so much. I know too much. I've heard honestly, I'm just letting a lot of the information go, or I mean, if it's burned into the back of my mind, then it can affect my thoughts. That's fine. But like my overconsumption of Deltarune theories, definitely can't remember it all at this point. I just want to be able to pick up on what the story is actually telling me in game as quickly as possible, and I think I'm primed pretty well on the themes and the like very general direction, like thematic direction of the game. That's pretty much as we can piece together for right now. Can't get too specific. There's so many like wait, where is the... Why didn't I get perfection? Am I crazy? Does it... Oh, does it have to be... Oh, it like you get it like extra fast in downpour. How did I only just realize that? Actually robbed. Oh. Okay, locking in more. I've unfortunately discovered the game Flappy Dunk, and it's just like Flappy. I mean, it's not just like Flappy Bird. I mean, but it's similar in concept, and the feel of it is way better than every other knockoff like Flappy Bird game that I've played. But it has like a battle mode where you can go head to head versus a player live to score more than them, and you don't just go through between pillars or pipes or whatever like the regular Flappy Bird. You go into hoops and you get extra points for making a swish, like not touching the edges of the rim, and as like the run gets farther, the hoops get smaller and they get on like moving tracks, and they'll more commonly be like switching directions at the perfect wrong time for you the farther you get, so it gets more difficult. But so there is, I don't know, it's a nice game. I like getting swish streaks, and it starts off the same way every time at the very beginning, at least in the endless mode / battle mode, to where you can easily get like 20 swishes in a row to open. And the thing with getting a swish is that it adds a +1 to your score for each hoop the more swishes you do in a row. So if you do 20 swishes in a row, you're gonna get 21 points on the following hoop made. And so it goes like plus 18, plus 19, plus 20, instead of plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So getting swishes in a row is basically like the way to win. And I don't know how other players are not better at getting a bunch of swishes in a row at the beginning. Like, I just win immediately most of the time, like, mathematically, because I just get too many swishes in a row. Like, but it's actually, I still get hits of enjoyment from beating everybody. So, like, I'm hoping to eventually be humbled so that, like, I don't know, I mean, or it'll just become boring, I guess, naturally, but... Hey, Zerk. I've tried streaming on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously a few times. Let me look for the secret room. This is definitely a lot slower pace than... I don't even need to mention it. You know what? I won't say anything about the run. My pace is fine. You know what? I don't really care to check mushrooms. I have no knowledge of there being a good pill. Anyways, Flappy Dunk, though. If you want to play a decent, addicting phone game, that's got me right now. No worries. I appreciate you stopping in regardless. Thank you. I literally left my sun card like a fool. It's okay. Kind of. Oh, wow. What is this? Nope. It could be worth bombing into the library. It's possible there's cards. No such luck, but no problem. Hello, Cars Droid. I am gaming. I'm seeing if I can tap into similar levels of locked-inness that I have recently. while playing off stream. I just really need to let go of being a good interactor on stream. Like, which sounds bad, perhaps. I very much care about what people say in the chat, but I, more than anything, want to play well. I don't, or at least know that I am using most of my potential while streaming. So I need to be, like, if I'm going to stream, I have to be a lot more mindful about the moments I decide, like decide to chat and how long of a response, how long I am, like, willing to take a break from playing. Just need to be way more conscious of it. Because it has been, even back in the day, I mean, I didn't think of it consciously. I got better at sort of handling it when I was more used to it, but I just realized that gameplay really is my number one. And it'll save me a lot. Like, if I just make the decision ahead of time that that's how it's going to be, it'll offload a lot of stress in the moment and feelings of guilt of, like, not interacting enough or not playing well enough or all those things, which might seem silly, but is something that has affected me. I just need to be very direct about like my goals and what I am doing on stream, perhaps, if it bothers me. Now, I haven't streamed. Hold on a second. It's greed. Let's focus up. Now, you might be saying High Priestess. Greed is below 50% HP. I think I'll be okay, even though I've gotten the stray hit when it's 95% dead. And it hurts. Didn't happen this time, though. Yeah, oh, what's up, Max? Thank you for understanding. Because... Okay. Yeah, that is something that I just, like, went unaddressed. And I, like... When I streamed a lot, I just, like, tried to ignore, or, like, was able to successfully ignore, largely, most of the time. But I definitely was more stressed in the moment and pressuring myself to be... Or to think that I had to be everything at once. And while it seemed I was doing okay, I was, but I was feeling worse about not meeting some way higher standard that's not even attainable. I mean, and that's... I guess everyone, like, has known that anyways. Like, I compare myself to an unreachable standard. And that is the cause of a lot of my suffering. Or at least when gaming and streaming. I've been way more self-aware and conscious about that in real life. I haven't tested myself too much on, like, improving that aspect in my hobby time, my passion, whatever time. And I haven't really engaged in much of it. I have wanted to. I've thought about streaming so much, like, it's never stopped. But I'm like, I have to, like, it's going to be different, no matter what. I wasn't, like, healthiness about it wasn't really a priority or concern in the past. I truly did just care about the gaming above everything. Now, I do care about myself a lot more. What's up, plant? I saw that. I saw that message in the corner of my eye. And I have no, like, rational reason for hesitating on streaming more. I've thought like I should just add something that I like doing to my life, but instead I've been in the YouTube and whatever else content algorithm vortex. And that's really like, and my free time is lessened, so it's easier to like do that. Like with having less free time, that's less time to get fully bored. Although I have like gotten like long-term bored, and I need something. But like but I'm also hesitant to just do the same like thing, potential coping mechanism as the past. But I don't want to like categorize like the challenge gaming as like coping mechanism completely, because that's something I really do like doing. That's another thing I've wrestled with, is like I do have feelings of insecurity about even going so hard at it, because it's like I should probably put more effort into other things in my life, yet I feel like it's harder to do so if I'm not letting myself do the thing that brings me joy at the same time. I don't know. Rambles. Oh, what's up, Butcher? Let me read. Once you start a stream, there's an expectation to keep playing and pull more of a show. And yeah, it's, even though when I watch other people, I'm like, I don't even care if they don't feel that way. I actually really am most comfortable in the like gaming, not gaming exclusive, but gaming, or like the performance focused, gaming focused streams where there's barely any commentary, or it's just whatever. That's what I want to be. And yet I think at first like I was like that, and then I obtained somehow that worry about it. Probably through some forms of comparison. I mean, that's almost certainly. And I really want to dismantle it. I want to be okay not saying shit and sucking ass at the game I'm playing. If that is what it is. But I'm probably not going to be sucking ass at the same time. Like it's gonna be, I'm either engaged, I'm doing my best game-wise, or I'm chatting. And I can try to do both at the same time, but the quality of both aspects are going to be diminished. Not what I said. That is funny though. Hold on. Oh my god. He saw it. He saw the line. Just take this slow. I definitely have not been strategizing well on this, or I don't know if there's even been much to strategize about in this run. Yo, hold on. I don't want to pause during this screen, but I am self-conscious about people thinking this song is cringe, so I gotta fucking skip it as soon as possible. But I cannot pause during combat. For the record, this is not my favorite song. And I don't particularly like it too much. But I like the album as a whole. Okay, there we go. Certified favorite song? I wouldn't lie. I would not lie and say vain words. What's up, Daw? Ultimately, like, you define your own like rules for the stream is what I need to realize. Like, there aren't these. I want to let go of like whatever not societal, but you know, like streaming society pressures, like whatever cultural pressures. And but not even just that, but all type of things like that. I want to not really be affected by. In terms of comparing myself and like thinking I need to meet a certain standard. That is totally arbitrary. Show my Spotify Wrapped now. My previous? Or like you can't just like have a snapshot Spotify Wrapped, right? Where it shows like in this current moment what's like, what would it be? I'm gonna avoid the big room as long as possible. Beat a previous. No, I know. Oh, like I know. Proof to show. I did catch that. I didn't acknowledge it. But like, yes, show my Spotify Wrapped. That no, my Carnaboy is my top artist on Spotify Wrapped. And then like Marshall 4. Porter Robinson, some other, I don't know who else. I forget. It's on my Twitter, actually. Not that I recommend you go on that platform, but my previous Spotify Wrapped is there. For those curious at all. Hit listing the game with base tiers. Yeah, it's like never been done. Well, item list hasn't. Trinket, you can get stat upgrades from pills and get trinkets, but I would like, it is definitely possible to do a low percent or lowest percent run, or like base starting stats and abilities only run. It is doable. I've done the 3 major bosses in a row no hit. The hardest thing really are the room clears on the later floors. They become insane. Like, I don't know if like how luck dependent you are on just getting good rooms versus like if that is going to be the ultimate decider of how soon it happens or how fast your skill can improve. Basically, like, is it so hard to improve your skill that you need to rely on luck? Improving your skill at the harder rooms, because the hardest rooms with low percent parameters are basically impossible to consistently no hit or no hit at all at times, especially with champion variants included. Wait, I should probably just be on the inner, huh? I don't know, actually. Okay, they're all dead. Stop pushing. Whoa. Yeah, like the preparation you have to do a hitless Hollow Knight run of any kind, like the parts that overwhelm me are the overworld traveling parts. Like there's so many niche circumstances that could be tricky that I'd have to confront, but I wouldn't necessarily know to look closer at until something goes wrong, probably in a run. So it's like, that's what worries me, and like that's kind of what turns me off from wanting to even do it. It's like the amount of overworld preparation required, as well as the bosses. I mean, let's be real, it does take a lot. Like, it doesn't take, or it takes a lot of practice to get like very, very consistent at the bosses, to the point where you'd be comfortable attempting like a 100% plus no-hit run. I keep looking at the map and not really thinking. Does this look like a tell room at all for the super secret? Kinda. Are there better... Okay. Any percent hit list? That's definitely very, very, very doable. And would give me... It would give me the excitement without the, like... It would give me the excitement and reward feeling without the insane preparation, as with any of the other categories. Okay, let's not forget the holy card. Okay, I'm gonna like lock in completely on everything after this, so I'm sorry if I don't read chat for a while. Oh. Don't squash the monstro. Jeez. Okay. 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 This is actually the farthest and best position I've been in a while. I mean, no stat upgrades, nothing really to speak of besides a decent supply of bombs right now. And a holy card, obviously. But we'll see. I'm probably not going to risk pills from here on. A well-timed Emperor card drop late game is basically the only thing I can really hope for to cut down any of the difficulty from here on. Not very likely to succeed, but unless I just achieve like another level of skill that I didn't know was possible. This first room already sucks. Okay, that's nice. Actually, like, wow. They're all right here, though. Taking it, like, as slow as possible. I don't know if it would just be better to hover. No, it would not be better to hover over the block. I don't think. Like, I'd be more likely to screw myself that way. Okay. Whew. I'm more confident with being on the inside of objects. You just need to make sure that your shadow is completely covered by the thing and that it's not like something coming from above. I'll carry a death card even though it doesn't deal that much damage. It would crowd on a crowd control room be good. This definitely, the fact that I'm actually getting this far on like a nothing run on stream first try tells me that I definitely am going way too hard in my offline attempts. Like, I'm practically like speed running this shit, like focused as possible, doing the nearest objective, like attempting to do it most efficiently every single time as soon as possible. Oh, hold on. Okay. You had to... Oh, wait, dude, you're holding a gosh darn death card. I'm sorry. Anyone who is screaming at me, probably most people, with that. But I wanted to deal... I wanted to handle the room without it. I got a bad luck check. I saw it all. I knew I needed to get slightly good luck to not get hit by the random shot from that guy. I just really felt like it was going to shoot at me, though. It just seemed like it, and I was getting trapped. Maybe there was a better pathing. I'm sure there was different pathing that could have been safe, but I didn't see it fast enough. Or hesitated too long. I thought I was corralling them in the best way, but things just didn't work out. I have one triple on the screen. I can't, there's no other triple bomb I can get, right? I don't think. Like, some of these diagonals are like not like, I really don't think this one maybe actually. Yes. Oh, that is very good actually. Wow, okay. Well, my extra mantle is gone. Lost due to bad luck, but yeah, I mean, kind of just bad luck. It was a difficult room, but also, I mean, I had a death card, so I could have saved myself. I'm not used to holding something for panic reasons, and especially not used to using said things. I'm so picky about not using said things. I'll keep saving keys. Don't walk into the spike thing. Another range up.
Range up.
Just gonna blow this up for potential profit. Nice. I shouldn't have done that because I need to be saving my bombs to get maximum payout from 2 of clubs. But I wasn't now punished, because never punished. Diamonds. It's popping now. I really don't need the money. Yes, my shot control, like, it's still not peak. It's still not peak. There's still but more concepts to learn. The fucking range of that thing! I underestimate. But like, I take great satisfaction in trying to get high accuracy without delaying my shots too much. If I delayed my shots more, though, in some cases it might be better. But like all of my Isaac gameplay in the past 100 to 200 hours has been low damage gameplay like this. Shouldn't have used the bomb, but it's fine. I'm gonna waste the key. Probably won't regret it. Okay. I was hoping just for more bomb profit. Could have played that safer. Oh, that's a... Didn't see that guy. You're kidding. Oh, wow. I wasn't paying attention to the shadow of the bullet. I was paying attention to the bullet itself, and I think it was directly adjacent, if not on top of the gap there. So I couldn't tell. I don't know. It was just like a split-second thing. Well, I conceded a few hits. Most didn't need to happen. That's how it goes, though. I will improve. Could have been okay. Like, I definitely felt like I had it under control. That caught me by surprise that I mean, I think I could have done safer movement. Like, I could have transitioned just on top of cover sooner. Maybe I just need to be way more preemptive and not assumptive. That, or like play with the, or play preemptively that something like slightly unexpected physics-wise is gonna go wrong, especially if it's like something with wonky physics. But don't assume that timings are gonna work out in your favor in terms of like enemies firing bullets and stuff like that. My dodging principles need to be more strict, maybe, and defined. Oh, my least favorite pill. I hate Blank-Rune because I can never think of plays to use with it. Or, I don't even know if that sentence made sense. Plays to use it on. That's more correct. I feel like I need to like review English and grammar rules to help myself think of correct things to say. I don't know if anyone else relates to this, but I think I've forgotten the fundamentals of English grammar. And just like word modifications. Like, I wish I more exhaustively knew which words could become adverbs, or like, not adverbs, but you know how words can like change. Like the base word can like have like suffix, like a different suffix, and then the meaning will be changed slightly. I don't know what that's called. Just like words being like modified to mean a slightly different thing. That is what gets me. Like, I try to think in my head, like I can think of a word in my head, but the exact type of word, like it might not fit the exact type of word grammatically I need at that point in the sentence. So like I'll have to scrap it or make my sentence sound awkward to fit in the word. I find myself doing that so often. Conjugation. Let me look that up. Let me look it up after this fight. I don't know if it's that. It might be. Okay. Or if not, I could think of an example. I'm sure, but... What's an example? Hey, thanks, Basha. I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch. I have thought about not streaming on Twitch anymore because I think I might actually get more viewers on YouTube, but I don't really. I'd rather. But the experience on Twitch is still preferred for people who regularly watch streams, I believe. And I don't know if I'm fully willing to let it go. So, and I mean, the majority of time spent watching my stream has been on Twitch, so I don't need to explain it as much. Okay, can I think of a word and then like examples of what I'm talking about? I can only think of like, okay, like the word like practicality, like the different things you can add on, like, how the fuck do I explain this? Versus like practicalness. That's not a word, right? Like, it's practicality. And certain words have different, like, depending on whatever factors, certain words can have like a suffix to make it be a certain way. But I don't know, like, I can't explain it because I don't understand enough anymore. I need to go back. I need to go back and like learn the rules of like word modification. Oh my god. Or whatever the term that I'm trying to come up with is. I didn't mean to shoot. That's 0.1 millimeters. I need to, like, I want to think of other examples. For some reason, my brain is blanking on coming up with words. I think I need to be silent for a second and think. Like... Why can I not think of any word that, like, fits with what, like, as a good example of what I'm trying to get at? I am talking about conjugation inflection. It's a lot easier to come up with examples in other languages. Yeah, because, like, it seems to be very word dependent on, like, how you can, like, Asian, Ness, ITY. Like, those suffixes on words that makes it, like, change what kind of word it is. And that's what trips me up in sentences. Like, I can think of the word that like, is close to meaning what I want, but it might not actually fit in the grammar because of those reasons. And that is what trips me up. Don't know if anyone relates to that. It's hard to, like, see it coming ahead of time, too, because, like, at least if you're like me, I don't think of the whole sentence before I say it. Usually I don't think. Or maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I have, like, the ideas behind the sentence there. Can't really describe in another way. But how I convey the idea is happening in real time. All right, see you later, Max. I appreciate you stopping in and chatting for a bit, and hope work goes all right, and thanks for the good luck. Oh. That's 2 spots the secret room could be, and I can't tell which one is. I don't think either of those are like a guaranteed tell room. So I'm just gonna say my mom. Mixed two of a bunch of, so there's no, got it. Yeah, that's the difficult stuff to know. All the different tips for finding the super secret room. Honestly, no, besides the, like, you should at least have the knowledge that there are certain room layouts for the regular secret room and the super secret room that lend themselves to having them connected on a certain, or having them be connected to. So if there's a room that is close to the boss that has only one bombable wall and it is a potential secret room spot, that is where I would bomb. If there is not anything that follows that pattern, I almost don't even look for the super secret room, honestly. At least under these rules, because bomb conservation is really important. But yeah, I don't have any big tips. Just, there are what I call tell rooms. They're more common for regular secret rooms. I don't know if they ever guarantee secret room adjacent to it, but I feel like some are. They're at least like extremely likely, but I don't come across too many super secret room tell rooms, but they do sometimes exist. Like, say if it's say this room, this is the only door, and there's rocks lining this wall, and then rocks lining this wall, the top and the bottom. Then the super secret room is like almost certainly right here. If it's also close to the boss. It doesn't have to be close to the boss, but I'd have to appraise the other rooms, like basically all of the other potential rooms, and I would pick the one that is closest to the boss and has a tell room. If there are no tell rooms, then I just pick the one that only has, I just pick the one that's closest to the boss, one of the walls, if I have bombs to spare. But that's nice that conjugating in other languages is more simple. That's something I haven't like really thought about until I've started realizing inefficiency in the moment of me trying to like form sentences.
Full health.
No, we can't. Wait, check this really fast. Okay, it's almost certainly right there because that's a tell room. Oh yeah, that's 2 tell rooms right there. This character has no collectible HP. Only additional hits via the holy card, which gives you a one-time shield. That's what you see in the top left, the cross, the blue cross. So as soon as I get hit, it's gonna shatter, and there will be no indicator anymore, and it'll be one hit KO, or one hit death even. So in this case, super secret. Okay, now in this case, there are 2 bombable walls in this room. Like, it's not really a tell room, but because the only possible location is here. Do you know the basic rules of super secrets? I mean, just in case you don't, they can't be bordering more than 1 wall. And they're generally like, they're higher likelihood to be close to the boss room. So this is the location I'm thinking right now. I'm gonna check if there's any room that is like very obviously, yeah, no. That's actually well, besides up here, that's the only possible location. So I'm positive it's right here. Nice.
Feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Health up.
Not too useful pills. I'm gonna use the bathroom right quick before moving on to the next floor. I'll pause on floor entry. I'll answer your question real quick, Butcher. Exploring is to, yeah, find cards, pills, basically, like, and pick up bombs. You need a room clear so that you can get enough bombs and hopefully get some sort of upgrades, trinket, whatever, to improve your run, because the goal is to not do it on base stats alone, but you could with enough bombs. Like, there's ways to compensate, but yeah, anyways, I'll be right back. Okay, let me clarify this. So the tell room is 2 opposite doors and 2 opposite bombable walls. Opposite door. Okay, so the example that I gave is not. That's just like one potential, like one possible room layout that could imply the super secret room to be like in a certain place. The like more generally. So for super secret rooms, if there is a room that has like environment, that has what's a better word, like rocks, or it has objects. If the room has objects that are blocking like doorways being well, hold on, let me restart the sentence. I'm taking too long to like say it. if there is only one wall that, like, one possible secret room entrance in the room, be like, oh my god, let me restart. I can say this better. If there is only one bombable wall because there are objects such as rocks blocking every other wall, and it's a room, and it's already a possible super secret room location, I would bomb that first, especially if it's close to the boss. So it has nothing to do with the specific layout of the objects in the room. It just has to do with, are there objects blocking the other two walls in the room? And like, if it's especially, I would say especially though, if the opposite wall, like if it's the opposite wall of the room entry that is the only bombable one, I would think even more so that it's likely to be the super secret. I don't know if that's necessarily true though. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to say this in like a non-confusing, understandable way. And in the super secret, never touches more than one room. Yeah, 100. Yeah. I don't like. I always, maybe it's edge case possible somehow, but I've never seen it before. If it is possible, treat it as impossible, even if it's like so slightly possible. I don't think it's possible though. Yeah. I don't know when it would, what would force it to happen. Again, I haven't seen an example. Like, I don't even know if there is evidence anywhere of that happening. I'll save that to later. Actually, should I? No, just use it for safety, probably.
Soul of Bethany.
Playing 2-hour increments at work would... Oh, no. Yeah. That would not be the best. I mean, I don't know if it would be awful. Like, we'd prefer to... Like, I imagine it's going to come out on a Friday, though. Or a weekend day. Like, it... I would be so surprised to find out that it didn't. Unless, like, the only reason it wouldn't is if there was some, like, day of significance... Like, Undertale Deltarune Day of Significance that is anytime soon that Toby wants to force it to come out on. But I don't think there is such a thing. The only thing that I thought was maybe possible was 3-4, which is already come and gone, and I didn't even think it was going to come out that soon anyway, so... Well, 3-4 internationally has not came and went yet. April 3rd. You caught this. I guess I'm gonna fight the boss. All right, with the wisps, I'm not getting caught by that. I hate how the. Can someone give me a reason, any good reason at all, as to why the leeches on this boss take 3 hits when every other leech takes 2 hits? Like, this boss would be so much more fine to me if the leeches took 2 hits. Why do they take 3? What's up, Dick? Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the appreciation of my Endesnai runs. Secret room is probably to my right, or is it? Oh, wait, no. Technically could be there, but I'm gonna check closer to the boss. And I'll look for the super secrets here. Jump King, perhaps. So here, I'm thinking the super secret room. I'm gonna check here, and it's probably here, because there's only one other room that's even possible, and it's at the top left of the map, and that's far removed to where it's already way less likely to be. Oh, this is exactly what I was hoping for. I can check. There's not a curse room. Oh no. The stat down. Speed up. Oh, let's go. 1.03 speed. Oh, we are eating good. Okay. Let's check the. Run, taketh, and giveth. What is the aura? Oh, from one of my wisps. I'm like, what is that sinister aura? This is where you stand. That is where you stand to stay safe. Oh no, don't do that to my wisps. Yeah, it's good to see you too. Kadef man? I don't know if it's the long or the short A sound. I do. I would say I do want to play it. Or like I am interested in playtesting and helping. I'm worried about my like desire come tomorrow or like a future day. I would like still feel free to send it to me. I think however, like Discord or whatever, you could send it. My name is Enox on Discord. I think I'm open to like messages from anybody or like message requests from anyone. I didn't, whatever. I don't know if there was any min-maxing to do with Flat Penny, but I didn't do it. I'm sorry my response wasn't very inspiring if you're still here. Like, yeah, yes, I'm willing to. You can, like, send it to me. I can't 1000% promise I will, but I would like to help. I think I can get myself to do it. I guess I'm afraid of disappointing by, like, never feeling like it, but I think I can do it. I'm attempting to do, or I don't think anyone's done this before. And there's at least a couple people somewhat actively attempting it, but this is like the challenge character. And I'm trying to beat a run with no items. So I'm not doing completions.
Range up.
I'm trying to simply win a run like this, and it is unlikely to happen on any given attempt, but possible. So I'm doing a challenge run. We have many playthroughs, but not like, sure. Well, I don't know, like. You can call me a god gamer, I guess. I hesitate to... I'm very specialized in particular gaming skills. I can say that. That's as much as I feel confident saying. That is close to saying that. No, you're good. It's okay. I don't, like, expect... I don't blame people for not processing the title most of the time. Make an edit, like clips. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. You can use my old gaming footage for whatever. No, okay, I mean, one exception, like, there definitely are times that you definitely are not thinking in this way, but there are times where, like, I am, like, raging at myself in a somewhat embarrassing way or something like that in my videos. And, like, as long as there's not, like, a compilation of myself, like, the worst displays of myself, like, in my collected catalog of videos, that I don't want to see. But anything else besides that, I'm okay with. No one wants to see that. Me least of all. Gosh. Yeah, I'm very sorry about that. Everyone who remembers.
Speed up.
Anyone who was there. Oh, we're taking that. What does luck do? It improves your room drops. Actually, I am gonna carry this for room clear. I might progress with the other thing. Oh, I should progress with the other thing because it gives me a free hit. Or an extra life, more technically. I've never played Blasphemous. It's definitely a game adjacent to like what I would play though. It's definitely a type of game you would see me interested in. Since the main games I've made my name through and done challenges on, since that time has passed, there's been several games that have come out that, like, if I was somebody who regularly tried new games, or even somewhat regularly tried new games, would have tried, but I am like a special breed of person who is it's so hard to get me to try something new. Or I just, yeah, and the phrasing of that even, like, get me to. It's like I have to be, like, pressured in some extra way. Ah, see, okay, that is kind of a tow room, huh? Self-torture guy. I just like, hold on. Oh yeah. Nice. N++, oh, don't even talk. I didn't even, like, get into that. Like, I barely got into the game. I honestly just didn't like the way the game felt. I'm like, there's no way I'm spending 1,000+ hours on this game. Oh, I should have checked the adjacent room there. I'll take that, I guess. It's possible to push the TNT past without spending the bomb. Okay, it should be. I will do this. Wait, it's come from above now? It's easier to... Oh. Oh. It. He's done it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's been a lot of games that have come out that I could have played, and like I have played virtually none of them. There will be a point at some point eventually where I'm gonna have to go back and play the old, what will then be classics at a certain point by the time I actually play them. Or like, I don't know. I'll just fight the boss. I didn't take the missing poster. It's fine. Who needs that? Oh, I don't know if this boss is good for this. I don't think it is. I need these. I probably need these bombs. You biggest piece. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't playing. My game plan was non-existent. Whatever. Yeah, I can't care anymore. It's crazy how bomb tanky that boss is. Or I think it's not even bomb tanky, it's just like general tanky. The leapers take what? 5-6 hits to kill? In the brimstone, I don't think there's any way to predict exactly how it's going to go. Does it always end at the middle of the screen though? That seemed very particular with when it hit me, but it might just be a coincidence. How do you benefit trinkets? Trinket is your friend. Well, trinkets can make it way easier, but it's mainly like pills and certain cards. Like Emperor card is so huge if you can have one entering Cathedral, because then you will not have to do any of the room clear in Cathedral, which is a lot of the difficulty. I mean, you should have enough bombs saved up to pretty much not have to clear any rooms in Cathedral if you get there, but there's still potential to take damage from traveling through rooms, even when doing bomb clears through the room. Trinket plus gold. Yeah. There are certain breaks, though, you can have with, like, gold pill. Most of the time, though, the pill pool is going to be balanced to a degree where you're not going to be able to only stack stat ups, from what I've seen. What was the best run? What was the best run I saw? There's someone on YouTube named Goblin Osmosis, and they're the main person who does attempts at this, or at least not broadcasts, but I mean in some way broadcasts, but they do pre-recorded videos where they attempt itemless runs of Tainted Lost, and they give like subtitled breakdown of the run after the fact. It's very informative and interesting, in my opinion. They've had several good attempts and close attempts. They've made it to Isaac before. But what was it? Like they've had a run recently where they had pretty good stats. I forget from what though. They had good DPS. I just can't remember. So this run hasn't been beaten. As far as I'm aware, it has not.
Friends till the end.
Isaac is tough, but the angel phase is like learnable. It is the toughest like multitasking part though, dodge wise. And actually the thing that hit me the most, even as I got pretty good at Isaac, was were the beams, the holy beams. Like focusing like hard on everything else makes the beams blend in somehow so well to where I don't realize them until last second. But the beams also force you to potentially change how you were going to dodge on the fly, and that can go bad. So you have to be so controlled. Blue baby feet? No, I don't even. Beating the chest is very luck dependent. Like with these parameters, I would say, because the enemies in regular chest rooms are pretty much all bosses, and combos of bosses most of the time too, which are just not reasonable. Boss rush would unironically be easier because it's a bigger room and there's cover to hover over. Guaranteed. With a chest that, like, there's virtually no cover. Also, is another thing. Ooh. I'll check it. The 2 adversary chests from the instant brimstone. Yeah, it's like the fact that that's possible. I wish games. I wish all games would more so prevent like stuff like that from even being a thing. Just unavoidable situations, randomness that can actually go too far. I don't think is okay. But I accept it. I don't like it at all, though. Not a single good thing to say. Whoa, whoa. Okay, my spider dodging and hitting. It's not good there. You mean that? Oh wait, I should have paid more attention. Of course that's not it. Like, yes, that is seemingly a tell room, but that's only a double adjacent, not a triple adjacent. Wait, did I already? But I tried the triple adjacent spot, right? I did. So it's down from there. Oh, wait. What's full? Even though it's more likely to be a spike chest. It's literally bells, my man! I didn't even let myself react. Just buy it, buy it. Gonna play Mugenics. Most likely. I don't know if it's gonna be a game I play a lot though. It doesn't seem to be the type of game that I spend a lot of time on, or haven't been known to. But maybe it's the game that entices me towards such games. Who knows? Okay, it was just I just missed out. On a range down in the other room. First room. Yeah, pretty much. Woo.
Health up.
Die. I'm not good at doing this. fucking almost damaging myself. Hey, Michael. Possibly. I'm only doing so on this occasion. But I've wanted to. Just most of the time after work don't feel like it or feel like there's too little time or I'm not ready soon enough. But it's possible to get more in the habit of. I don't need to search for a new card. Oh, I should have waited on the full clear. Wasn't thinking of strategy. It doesn't matter. Fight the boss. Get the trinket. Damage is needed. Patience is all I need. I could have used a bomb, but I'm like, I just don't need to. Okay, I'm gonna clear mirror floor with the increased luck. And if I remember, leave coins on the ground so I can min-max with a counterfeit penny. Have I tried a lot of pills this run? I don't know. I don't know if Tears Up is looking likely at all. It's looking like base stats run. Well, I already have range down, so it can't quite be base. Range down is like the least effectual to me. Even less so than shot speed down. I'm being the... Can I die? Wait, I mean, I had a holy card. I know, I should not have... Okay. I'm not going to try to clear the room like that again. Like, I'm like forcing myself to do that because I know it's more efficient, but I like have no practice in clearing a room like that. I'm sorry that runs can just immediately be gone and then nothing matters anymore, but that is what it is. I'm numb to it. I'm sorry about the viewer experience of such a condition that the gameplay is difficult to get attached to and potentially care about. It's just the nature of it, though. Remake mod? I have not. I haven't played an Endless 9 mod in such a long time, and I basically swore off them. I mean, that's a little harsh language, but I mean, like, kind of, like, I just, ever since I stopped playing, I'm like, if I go back, then that's like, I don't want to give anybody hope or feel obligated to play more after that. I shouldn't even think in those terms, though, but that has been my, like, what it is. It's true, losing is the way to learn. It's like I take personal responsibility and flack for any aspect of the stream like not being interesting, even though I want to not really care about it. I don't know, like, I am somewhat still impacted psychologically by the thought of someone being, like, incredibly bored or being like, what the fuck? I want to not care. I'm on the path to caring less. Okay. It's really good. Like, it just looks better? Or are there actual differences in, like, platform placement of any kind? Thanks, Luma. What's that also? But thank you. I appreciate the reassurance. I will try not to a reassurance bait, though. I don't want to be doing that either. Oh, whoops. Quality standards of like extended spectrum. Yeah. Wendy basically made all base game prettier and different, both feelings. Okay, same feeling. Got it. Like, I wouldn't even care if there was some level change. I assume they're minimal and not decreasing the difficulty heavily. That is probably like a mod I'm most willing to give a go if I were to play a mod again. Okay, I'll do one more run that makes it to caves 2. So I need to make it past downpour, whether or not I have my mantle. What's up, Jordan? Winding down this stream, but I'm gonna try to lock in and like have some decent gameplay to end it off. I'm locking in. Am I gonna gold? I'm gonna gold bomb the pots though. I gotta min max. Hold on a second. Gotta min max my resources. I forgot how to gold bomb, and I should be checking secret room locations. I've locked out. I've locked out a little bit for the past like half hour. That's super secret. Double gold key. Wait, okay, yeah, because didn't I also get a gold key this floor? Or was it last floor maybe? What's up with all the gold? Or I can check the secret room in the next one. That was a good one. All right, pretty good. Made use of the gold bombs. Okay. All right, severely lock in now. And get a sip first. Get a sippy. Okay. Oh, hold on. Could get a better trinket. Thanks, Luma. You as well with your League of Legends games. I do see them. I hope they're enjoyable. I will never play League of Legends. No. No, like it doesn't have to be. This doesn't have to be that embarrassing. I know you were enticed by the show, and that's a different thing. I mean, some people might be more judgmental about that. I'm less judgmental for that reason. Wait, don't check secret room yet. And I should have used store credit probably. Oh wait, secret room is actually probably there. Thanks. Tick torture. Fine. Okay. Okay, it's the boss that hold on. I would say I most prefer, but I've actually taken stupid hits on this boss before. Okay, I need to like fully learn all the attack patterns. Okay, I think I understand. Yeah. Most reasonable HP. Okay. Nice bomb profit. Oh, I'll check item room. for the chance of room clear. There's room clear. It's a great chest. It's a bomb. Nice. Is there TNT in this layout too? There is. It duplicates it. No burnt penny. Thanks, Michael. Still a lot to go, and this is almost certainly not going to succeed in the end, but I'm not sucking as bad as I feared I might on stream. Did I just see? No, I don't think so. I thought somebody knocked. Nice. Whee-wee. Tight control there. Alright, well, I've met my goal, so this is the last run of the stream. I will end after this. I might switch up the, like, actually I won't. The autoplay has played something I recognize now. There's no reason to bomb for that, really. Now, you might say, why aren't you using a bomb? And that is a good point. That's okay. Bomb-worthy room. If there wasn't a champion, things would have been simpler because I was specifically having to not target the champion. But I wasn't able to focus one from a single corner. Yeah, so that's definitely, okay, definitely a bomb situation. Like, I think I've cleared that room without a bomb before and, like, without an issue, but I think I just got lucky with the attack rate of the enemies that time, if it happened. That's not a sad phase. I mean, like, every run is pretty much going to lose until it doesn't finally, like, especially with, like, there's a bad champion too. I had to keep extra, like, if it was a champion that I had to give extra distance to as well, I just was not ready for that. I did not corral the enemies in a beneficial manner because of the champion. And I didn't target a single spider instantly like I had to do if I was going to make the room safer. Can only learn through hindsight in such cases, because in the moment there's just no way to react, or it's very difficult to. I think you could, Dick. It takes a willingness to, I guess, get numb to the pain. Like, or I don't, yeah, like, it just naturally will lessen the more you test that. or like don't avoid it. Let me see if there's any. I'm gonna scroll up and see if there's anything I missed or anything that's I could elaborate on, yap about for a little. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something more to say about like getting upset at failures in challenge runs. I mean, that sort of ties into my past like rage history, like mostly self-rage, right? Most of like my rage I would verbalize in like a self-attack, but it really was about me being mad about like not me thinking that I was better or should be always playing better than I currently was, because I would compare myself to the best I remember myself playing. So if I'm not meeting my very top peak skill point standard, then I'm like failing actively, which means I'm failing actively all the time. That was something I fought against when I was like most grindy, that I don't know, I just like don't know how conscious I was about it. I know I was conscious of it, but I tried to ignore it. You could always, honestly, the trick to, I'm streaming on, I'm dual streaming Cheyenne, on Twitch and on YouTube. I would say I'm opening myself up more to, or no, I don't know if that's the best way to phrase it. I can more so accept not being my peak memory skill most of the time. Like, I don't know. I'm like, my thoughts are not coming to me on the spot. Oh, you were saying you want to run a game, you want to run Blasphemous, but you're scared of getting too frustrated or like losing interest in the game because it'll become like a frustration thing. So what I would recommend is you can like practice like sections, maybe. I don't know how viable it is, or like do individual level. I don't know if the game lends itself to such things, but if you made it so that it wasn't like a full run like attempt and sectioned it off, and like, oh, if you like over practiced segments, you might be able to circumvent the upset for a while. However, though, I think you would still run into frustration. Even if you super duper over practiced and became like the best ever, you would eventually run into frustration regardless in real runs. It's a difficult thing because in a real attempt, oftentimes you're psyched out because it's not practice anymore, and it just feels different. You can't think, like, just like how I can't think as well on stream right now as I can when there's no pressure, no time limit, and I'm by myself and nobody's actually watching me. Thoughts come a lot easier. It's the same thing. When you're doing an attempt, you're not able to be like quite as comfortably present. It's like you're like self-aware in this strange way that seems to block your efficiency. That can be worked through. It just requires a more conscious effort. I'm kind of rambling. There's so much to talk about. Like I do enjoy talking about like the psychology of challenge running. And I did read your message, Luma. I think I only like sort of vaguely replied. But I don't. Do I have anything profound or insightful or just regular to say on this topic more? Oh, let me turn the music off. It's the music. I'm trying to think of something useful that, like, I wouldn't, like, if you can say you want to run something, but, like, you know you want to do it, I would say, like, I wouldn't let this reason hold you back from doing it. If you're mindful about it, I think there's a higher potential it could end all right. Or not end all right, but go all right. Frustration will come. It's a difficult balance, Dick, because there's always going to be sort of a tug of war of, like, how, well, you're gonna have to go through suffering to reach the goal. There's no circumventing, like, the suffering. And it might come in different amount, or no, it's variable of what it could even be, of how bad it could be and what it exactly entails. But what I think I'm, like, becoming closer to actualizing within myself is being more interested in the continual learning and improval process more than just reaching the goal itself. The refinement of the base, like, core mechanics of the game is genuinely what I take endless pleasure in. And meeting the different challenge goals, the arbitrary self-imposed, like, challenge runs and goals that I set for myself are just ways of executing said mechanics in the game, and, like, or, like, doing a more difficult or more endurance based thing that utilizes, like, a more difficult challenge basically that utilizes the mechanics. But I just simply, like, I realize when I peel it all back, I do just simply like the simple to pick up, hard to master movement mechanic games, and just getting better at those. I don't know, like, I like the challenges aren't, I always, like, even though I don't speedrun, like, I still play the same game and just try to do the next greater challenge logically within the game until it's like, okay, we're trying to no hit or no death the entire game and all its content, or try to do a perfect run of that. Like, that's naturally what my approach to games would, like, conclude with. I still have not done that with any, like, substantial game that I've invested a lot of time into. It could happen with The End Is Nigh. Like, even still, depends on how long Silk Song still. But I'd say it's becoming less and less likely that I'll ever do max percent deathless in The End Is Nigh. But it's still on the table. Like, it's still on the table for sure. The Nintendo Direct. But what was I saying? Okay, so, like, I kind of went off. I kind of lost myself. Let me refocus. So there's always going to be a tug of war. Like, you'll want to do the challenge. You'll like doing the prospect of completing the challenge will entice you. But I don't really have advice for when, like, you internally really want to meet this or reach this goal, but you're sort of stuck in a cycle of not getting promising attempts. The only thing then I can say is take longer breaks, take more time away, like, short to medium term. Yeah, like, that's, because the response isn't play more, just play through it, improve faster. I've tried that. I've tried to brute force improve my way through ruts. It doesn't really work. It's not how it goes. The times where I'm, like, noticing myself playing better or Yeah, the times where I feel like I'm effortlessly playing the best are times when I've taken like 3 or 4 days off and the game feels like new to me. Like it doesn't feel like I'm retreading like old brain patterns, even though I am. It's just been long enough to where it feels more novel. And like I can really like sensationally, like with my senses, feel myself like doing the inputs in a more attuned way. I don't know. Like taking those few day breaks are insanely massive. Like they can, don't think that you're going to just get worse by not playing even for a week. But I don't know. I'm kind of rambling. I don't really have actual advice. I'm just remembering past things and whatever comes to mind. I don't even know what I've been saying the past while. Oh, let me actually read. I've lost all hype for Silk Song until there's actual... Yeah, I'm not really, like, hyping about it at all right now. Well, release on 100% cookie clicker. I am making sense. Okay. It's because I forget the past couple minutes of all of what I've said. Like, I get the topic I've been talking about, but the content of what I've said and what it all means, I go too quickly for myself, and I'm not, like, actively keeping track of what I say. So it kind of gets lost pretty quick up here. Like, let me think. Because, I mean, it's something I haven't really... Is there any more tangible advice for being... Because that is the biggest thing. Is, like, when you're doing a challenge run, it's not all fun. It's not. It's not even majority fun, probably. For me, it hasn't been. I don't know, like, what the impression is, but it's like I don't play it for fun necessarily. I can't say that I get fun actively from, like I was saying, the mechanical refinement of like my precision, accuracy in the game, like that, of like the movement mechanics, like that. I'm not exactly taking pleasure in that every millisecond. Like, I do enjoy that generally, but that's not carrying me through always. I don't know what it is that is carrying me through the times where it would be easier to not play. There's only 100% no damage run in Blasphemous, and it was only done once 4 years ago? Damn. I also... Wow. Okay, well, that's a cool goal. And, like... I'd have to think. I have to really start thinking about challenge running a lot deeper. Like, I'd have to think deeper offline for a while to come up with better answers, but also probably try stuff myself. I haven't really strategized it out. I'm just like super brute force guy, I think. The only thing, yeah, I mean, like, I can't really explain. It's that I'm kind of at a loss for, like, what's the key ingredient to keeping going and not actually losing interest. It's because I never get mad at the game. It's like I would never blame the game, or I'd be very, very hesitant to ever blame the game about anything. So, like, my hatred was never imprinted on the game. It was always like, I'm trying to improve. Oh, I was stupid because I should have known this pattern already, and I kind of did, but in that moment, I couldn't think of it and realize it fast enough, and it caused me to lose or, yeah, whatever. Like, that right there is, like, the basic script of, like, most of my complaints in challenge running. I'm always thinking of, I don't know, like, maybe I just like distract myself from caring because I'm so, Even though I am so emotionally invested, I also am like intellectually invested in like at the same time split with wanting to figure out what I could possibly do to prevent experiencing the pain again. Like it maybe I like it feels like a bad combination, but actually maybe it's the peak combination. Like you're fully invested, you feel the pain fully, and you also have like the max interest. Like you have the max emotional and intellectual interest in the task. It's not always the best thing. Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but like I kind of do. No, I literally do. That has to be why I'm able to attempt so much. I wouldn't like try to do challenge runs and stuff that you're like lukewarm about. Definitely. Like people who achievement hunt can sort of more like lend themselves to doing that. Me, I've always done like the self-imposed challenge or what, just like whatever challenge run. I feel like I'm not going like, okay, it's this game and I got to do all these achievements, and in this game, like I've never been an achievement hunter in that way. Impose Iron God. What did I? Oh, what is that in reference? What did I say? If you can remember, Ori, what did I? What did I say? What is that in reference to? Oh, like, oh, I see. Like, I like stuff that's self-imposed, but I sort of forced people to more heavily consider doing a challenge they probably don't want to do and might not really be healthy for them to do. Yeah, that's an exception. I wasn't really thinking of the consequences besides the positive consequences for myself. Uh, I mean, to be completely honest, most of the time I'm empathic and care about those things. I mean, I slightly did. Like, I don't want to ruin people's 100%, but I guess that just goes to show, like, I don't hold 100% achievements on Steam in, like, a high regard, necessarily. Because, like, I just can't. If I cared about that heavily, I would even less buy games than I currently do. There are quite a few Iron God clears, surprisingly. I mean, maybe it shouldn't be surprising, but it's not an easy thing at all. Like, it's not like a baby's first endurance platforming run. Like, it is serious. So it is surprising that people have done. I mean, it's under an hour, but that 45 minutes or like of roughly is ugh. I guess being an achievement guy means you're like more willing to accept like unfun, even more unfun challenges, like challenges that do not align with what you like at all. Whereas the stuff that I pick is stuff that I know that I am most interested in, pretty much. And as long as you pick something like that, it is, in my experience, it is quite difficult. I mean, I can't, it's probably very, very specific and personalized, individual to individual. But I found it difficult to lose interest in a run just by like being frustrated, or like the grind seemingly like becoming stagnant. Like I don't quit once, especially once I'm past midway through, or what I perceive to be midway through the grind. It becomes less possible for me to quit. Once I learn enough, the only times I've really quit stuff has been when I tried challenges that would require so much learning that it's just too overwhelming, and like I can't visualize myself practicing 2 months down the line, like Super Rude Bear Run, Celeste, even Iron or 152%. I mean, even though I never really tried, but like I went all the way through. I at least did all collectibles deathless in a row. I should have probably just learned the overworld then and then put it all together, but is what it is. But yeah, there's been like several things that I have quit, and they've all been like way longer runs, and it's because the practice time and the learning amount is way too high. I would like that is what makes things less fun to me, or like great barrier to entry. Like it's like the fun is locked behind so much learning. The best part to me is after I've done the basic learning and then I'm starting to segment it all together. And then that's when the improvement process is most rapid and you're going to enjoy it the most. But you're eventually going to start reaching the wall and reaching for fewer threads of things to improve on, like that you notice in runs. And it becomes like there's just less things mentally engaging you. So the only thing that's like taking up cognitive space or that there's any room for is like here, like how the run is. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I kind of lost that sentence. I'm going to give up on that one. I'm kind of rambling and I'm not coming to a conclusive point at all, I don't think. I haven't thought about this stuff seriously in a while, and being on stream on the spot for the first time in a long time, yeah, just mentally not all collected there. So I hope anything I said was somewhat useful or interesting at least. And I am definitely down to talk about this exact topic at different time and probably have slightly different things to say. Any specific time you decide to ask me. I just like talking about the psychology of challenge runs, as I said. A little ramble as it treats. It's true. Okay. I didn't check. I have quality options, right? Is anyone actually watching in 1440p? Anyone's internet actually that strong? I have done 152% in 2 segments, technically. Deathless in 2 segments. You don't even have it as an option? Oh, it's really not. Oh, okay. Oh. Unless, did I switch that? Maybe it's just default did that. Because I'm not down... Interesting. I'm not downscaling my resolution. So, okay. Weird. So it's auto doing that? I know I've seen 1440p before. Because on Shay's stream, at least. On Twitch, it's probably not even worth streaming that high of quality, but the problem is downscaling the resolution instantly makes the quality, like, noticeably worse. So, it's nice to have the native resolution. Or to be streaming with the native resolution of your monitor. The nuclear router. Favor the whole bandwidth I'm using. Yeah. Oh, is that actually the common bottleneck for getting the internet that you actually are paying for? Is your router? Not just any router can... I guess that makes sense. But, like, the quality of your router is what allows you to leverage the full capabilities, full potential of your internet. We haven't upgraded our router in such a long time. And I'm pretty sure it's just like an average one gotten from Best Buy. Like, I know the names of the peak routers, or at least from back in the day. It's like, there's like the Nighthawk, whatever. Back in Call of Duty, internet connection mattered so much, and people would talk about the router they had all the time, especially in like competitive. The fact that it mattered so much. I played competitive Call of Duty with a 3-bar connection, 4-bar being the highest, but 3-bar means like between 150 and 100, and I would play against the majority of Call of Duty players, or maybe just like gamers in general, geographically in the US are on the East Coast. Obviously, there's a huge population in California and in certain cities on the West Coast. but majority of people are on the East Coast, so I would frequently have to, and notoriously Call of Duty, well, to a certain point, Call of Duty had peer-to-peer connection. In private matches, I believe they still do. So the person who hosts the match in Call of Duty has 0 ping, and everyone else has ping relative to their geographical distance from the host's home or router, whatever. So I would so often have to play against skilled players where like reaction times and stuff are the literal difference maker with like 100 more ping. It's not great. But we still did well, my team. And I mean, you can commentate. Most people aren't so good to where, I mean, if they're so, what am I even saying anymore? I don't even care about rambling about that anymore. I'm just reminiscing. I like those times. Don't regret it at all. Just email your router to the East Coast. Yeah, I'm like wondering if it's physically possible for the world to have low ping completely. Like, is there any hope for geographical distance to matter less and less over time as technology improves? Or is there like physical, like reality laws that prevent that from being possible? I do wonder. Because I wish people could, well, I wish people could like internationally play together with ping not being an issue. Just for one thing, like populations in games would just be, they would just make themselves like they're, imagine how many more players and how easy it would be to find matches at any time. If only we could play League. Goodness, is ping actually a big factor in League? I mean, you know what? I mean, it's a competitive game, so it must be. Need a lot more data centers. Yeah, I just don't know what goes into it. I don't know what goes into facilitating, like server or like what makes a server even. Especially because of the distance. Yeah. If we could connect to a data, wait, if everyone could connect to a data center, we'll say 10 kilometers away with fiber or optic fiber, that would guarantee about 20 milliseconds for everyone. Yeah, okay. That's, yeah. But there's no, yeah. I don't know if there's a peak, though, of, like, I don't know the terminology. I don't know how it works enough to even use language to make guesses. Because I'm just going to use the wrong vocab terms. So it's okay. I just wonder if it could be surpassed. If people could have low ping worldwide somehow connecting to each other. Anyways, okay. I have rambled enough. I think I will end the stream today, right now. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. Or watching for any duration of time. I hope to see you soon. I would love to play. I mean, sure. I mean, like, well, that maybe it's a little much. Anyways. Okay. Talk to you later. See you around. Have a nice one.